Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Tea with Justin and Tashina. I'm Tashina.
And I'm Justin.
Today's video is a little bit different.
Yeah, we started filming this at like 2 p.m.,
Yeah.
which is like 8 or 9 hours later than we normally do.
Yeah, drastically different.
We got up 2 hours late. Mm-hmm. So, and honestly, I mean, well, first of all, we got up late. And then I came out here to film and I was waiting for you and you stayed in bed. And so then I thought we weren't doing it at all today. And then I was okay with that, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little sad, but like I was okay at this point being so late in the day and knowing how long it takes to sit down and then edit it afterwards. And anyway, the point is though that I read a comment from Elizabeth. I don't remember. I think it was Elizabeth. Someone who said, "Thank you so much for doing these every day." And just that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's super nice. And just that thank you was like, okay, now. Oh, yeah. Elizabeth Schlender said, "Thanks for doing these every day. I usually get up before my husband, so I've been watching them while cleaning the kitchen. Nice to have company." And when I read that comment, I was like, okay, they specified thanks for doing these every day. Now I'm just gonna like we're just gonna not do it today because I just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the least we could do is do it. So maybe we will get to the point where we stop doing these. Maybe we'll get to the point where we stop doing them every day.
Yeah.
But for right now, it meant so much to me to read that comment and to see somebody appreciate that we do them every day that I was like, okay, we should do it.
them.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we did.
me too.
So we talked about your sourdough starter.
We did. We talked about that. Yep. We talked about your plants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom was on for a brief moment.
We decided to randomly call my mom.
Yeah.
And she told some pretty funny stories, I think, about me as a child.
Yeah, I think so too.
How I saved my family, how I saved all their lives in the middle of a desert in Arizona as a 7 or 8 year old. I mean, that's just one of the
many.
One of the stories, yeah. So it's a real treat. And I think it was a pretty fun episode.
Yeah, I think so too.
So what are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful to be here with you.
Thank you. You know, I appreciate that you're grateful for that, but you say it every time.
I know, but I mean it every time.
I know you mean it every time. And I don't mean to sound ungrateful for your
you do.
gratitude. That's okay. I'm sorry. That's not how I mean for that to come off. It's sorry. Okay. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You go ahead.
Yeah, I am grateful that despite everything going on, it seems like a lot of people are being more connected in different ways with each other. And
Yeah.
I think that's really, really good to see, whether it's, like being connected with people here on YouTube because they're commenting, because they're consuming content, or like other content creators that are putting stuff out still.
Yeah.
Even just small things like, Jess, Vegan Beauty Addict, and I playing Animal Crossing Pocket Camp together, which is free if you're on iOS. If you get it, comment and let me know your ID number so I can friend you.
Yep.
Just little things that are people connecting with each other in different ways, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about
totally
you?
Agree. I'm grateful that yesterday my mom told me, I didn't tell you this, but yesterday I was on the phone with my mom and she told me that my grandpa is not letting people in his house.
Good.
Yeah. Which I'm really grateful for a number of reasons. One, I've been really stressed out about my grandpa.
Yeah.
And part of that is because a lot of my family members have been sharing is pseudoscience the term you use for fake science that sounds real but is nonsense?
I think it's acceptable Yeah,
the
I don't.
term is acceptable. Like, what
Yeah,
does
to cover
pseudoscience
it.
really mean?
To me, it means that, but I feel like there are a lot of things that are like, I feel like holistic stuff could fall in. Like people call holistic stuff pseudoscience because they don't think it has value.
Okay, what does pseudoscience mean? A collection of beliefs or practices mistakenly regarded as being based on scientific method. Okay.
I'd say what they're sharing could be called that.
Yeah, so people in my family have been sharing stuff on Facebook, my extended family, about just nonsense. And the reason that concerns me is because if you believe this nonsense, then it stands to reason that you could really do some damage to other people because you're taking part in these practices that you believe are going to somehow protect you against these viruses. And it's, I'm having a really hard time saying this without swearing or getting really upset. The point is, I'm grateful that despite all that, my grandpa has taken it into his own hands and has locked his gates.
Yeah.
Not, my grandpa doesn't live in a mansion, but he has like side yard gates. I'm glad that he's locked those gates and that he is not letting anyone inside to visit.
Yeah.
I just, that makes me really, really happy and takes a lot of weight off of, just a lot of stress off of my like daily thoughts, because honestly, I haven't been calling him and checking in with him. Mm-hmm. And I've been sort of like sitting with that and thinking like, why is this? Like, why can't I bring myself to call him? And I think the only reason I can really come up with is that I've been so scared and so stressed and so worried that I haven't wanted to hear what he's doing. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know that I could emotionally handle hearing him be like, oh yeah, your cousins came over. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, I don't know if I trust myself to not go on Facebook and just like go off on these people, Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So anyway, I feel a lot better.
Good. I'm glad.
Gonna call my grandpa.
Good.
Check with him. I feel like it's such a relief. I feel just like really, really grateful for that he's taking this seriously and that he's not listening to the people with their crazy weird ideas. Mm-hmm. What's another thing you're grateful for?
I'm I'm grateful that we have like the basics of what we need.
Yeah.
That staying at home has not been a difficult thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're pretty good at staying at home.
Yeah, we are for sure.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at not leaving the house.
Yeah. So, but I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that it's something that is easy for us to do.
Yeah.
And that it's easy for us to handle mentally, because I know a lot of people are struggling with it because it's such a huge change for so many people.
I'm definitely struggling.
Yeah, I know.
But it could be much worse for sure.
Yeah.
Could be much, much worse. I'm grateful for our audience across all platforms, our audience here, our audience on Logical Harmony.
Yeah.
I feel like we have so much support and so much love from people, and obviously grateful to the patrons, grateful to the people who have bought the new merch that we'll talk about a little bit in the episode.
Yeah.
But just grateful for everybody that watches, grateful for everybody that comments. Like,
Same.
It feels so nice to feel like there's a community here.
Yeah.
And I'm just really grateful that we have that. I guess I'm grateful for the internet in that same vein. Grateful that it exists. Grateful that there are free platforms like YouTube and Instagram that we are able to utilize. I mean, even Anchor, where this podcast lives in its audio-only form. Excuse me. All free platforms that we don't have to pay for to put our content up on. And that's pretty amazing that they exist.
Yeah, it is. It really, really is.
Yep. Okay. Anything else you want to say before we dive on in?
Just thanks for watching and listening.
Yeah. Enjoy the show. Oh, also, you know what I thought? We never asked anyone to like or subscribe it. Like or subscribe to the channel. Do you want to ask people to do that?
If you feel inclined, like or subscribe.
And enjoy
the show.
The show. Yeah, I thought, okay. Enjoy the show. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm happy to be here with you. I'm grateful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I've had a rough start to the day.
I think it was, last night I just, realized I did not feel good.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, emotionally. We had agreed that we wouldn't, in the moment, make the decision to not get up. Mm-hmm. Meaning, in the morning, we wouldn't say, oh, I changed my mind, I'm going to sleep in.
Yeah.
So last night, not in the moment, we decided that we would sleep in.
Yeah.
So we slept until 7:30.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. And now it's 2 p.m. and we're doing this.
Yeah.
Which is approximately, 9 hours later than normal?
I guess so, yeah.
Something
like that.
8 hours. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we woke up, and then I came out here to do the podcast, and you laid in bed, and then we got into an argument about it.
Yeah.
And then we didn't talk to each other for like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. I cleaned.
You cleaned. I played chess on my phone. I cleaned a little bit. I did some work on my drone.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
Yeah, now here we are.
Yeah, now here we are.
No, here we are now.
Here we are now. What am I drinking here? What is this?
I made you lemon echinacea tea.
Okay.
Because we're running out of decaf tea options.
Oh, great. I never thought the day would come.
I know.
It seems like we have so much random decaf tea. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking vanilla caramel tea, which is a black tea.
Okay.
Yeah, the last time I placed an iHerb order, I ordered I think 7 different boxes of decaf teas to try. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're almost out. We have lemon echinacea. I think we have a couple more lemon, and I think we have one peach ginger. So we'll have to figure something out. I can order more online or something.
Okay. I'm not super. It's not a necessity for me personally.
Well, having tea kind of is for you.
Yeah, but not decaf. Oh. Generally, the only time I drink decaf tea is when you go, I'm making some tea. Do you want some? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Because I do the thing.
And then half the time I forget that it's there and I don't drink it. Not half, but enough.
Some of the time.
Enough that it's a problem.
Yeah, a lot of times in the afternoon, if I'm feeling like I'm kind of in a slump, or if I'm feeling a little frustrated, I'll have a glass of tea, a mug of tea. Yeah. Especially milky black tea. That's my favorite. If I'm not feeling in a good mood, I'll have some of that.
Hey, speaking of tea and mugs, we finally created some Logical Harmony merch.
Yeah.
People have been asking us for years to create some sort of Logical Harmony merch that they can buy.
Yeah.
And we finally did it. In the drive to create coffee and tea merch, we ended up not creating any coffee and tea merch and actually only creating Logical Harmony merch.
Yeah.
So I would say that if things play out the same way that they have for Logical Harmony, you can expect coffee and tea merch in approximately 5 to 6 years.
Perfect.
But there is a Logical Harmony mug.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because you did a hoodie.
I did a hoodie for me.
And a crew neck sweatshirt for me.
A crew neck. Yeah. So if you go, you'll see it says Justin's hoodie, Tashina's sweater.
Yeah. And then the font that we were using, which I really liked, Justin made a mock-up in these different caramel-y colors that I really love.
Yeah, I was going for retro vibes.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that'd be so cute on a mug. So we're still waiting for ours to come in.
Yeah, we're waiting for ours. We obviously ordered sweaters for ourselves, which was kind of how it got started, is that I was like, oh, I really need a new hoodie. This one, I mean, it's fine, but it's got holes in it. It's got this paint stain from 2 or 3 years ago when I laid in paint.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. It was hilarious. And I was like, well, I need a new hoodie soon. And when I started looking into them, I was like, wait a minute. I can like order one from like a website and have it, for $15 or $30, or I can have this one made that says Logical Harmony on it for like, I think it was like $20 plus shipping and tax. But I'm pretty excited about it because I'm assuming that it's going to be a similar gray to this one.
I hope so.
And then I got the label printed on it in black. So you're not really going to be able to read it, which is kind of exciting. But then I think the older the hoodie gets, the more visible the logo will be, because the logo, hopefully they're printing it in some format that means it won't fade over time. So as the hoodie fades, the logo should become more and more prominent, which I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm excited to see them. I want them to get here soon.
Yeah.
Do we know when they're supposed to be here?
I think it said the latest would be April 14th.
Oh, okay. That's pretty far. All right.
I'm excited.
I am too.
You personally have never had any Logical Harmony merch.
No, you're the only one that ever has.
One shirt that exists, and it's mine.
Yep, it is yours.
And have you even ever worn it?
No, because you wear it so often. Are you laughing at me? Really?
Oh, this would be great. The soundboard. That's pretty much what the laugh was. Just imagine that's coming from a soundboard, though. Okay.
Here, I'll cover your mouth. Oh my gosh, that soundboard.
Yeah, wow, that soundboard, it gets you every time.
Sounds so real and in the moment.
Yeah. So I will say that...
Hold still, by the way, you have a cat hair.
Uh-oh.
Or no, that's a you hair. Okay.
I will say that while I have a lot of feelings about selling products, especially ones that we haven't even seen in real life yet, like that scares me.
Yeah, same.
I feel better because I know we didn't create them to really sell them. We created them for ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, well, we can also list them for sale. We might as well do that.
Yeah, we figured we might as well in case people want to buy them.
I mean, people have said for a long time, and people have already bought them. So that's what's crazy to me. Yeah.
Aside from your mom?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Jamie bought Justin's hoodie.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think it was Christy that bought your crew neck.
Really?
She messaged me on Instagram and was like, where do I get this crew neck? And I sent her a link, and then I checked
matching?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I hope you're excited. I am
excited.
I hope they fit okay because you're both tiny people.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that you're both going to be wearing like
equally oversized,
ridiculously too large.
I mean, honestly, anytime I've ever ordered merch, it's oversized. And anytime it is a quote unquote women's cut, I say that because I just don't think there should be gendered cuts of clothing necessarily. But anytime it's a quote unquote women's cut, the fit is very bizarre. Like, I prefer the oversized gender neutral cuts.
Because it's like, I think I get what you're saying. The unisex ones are sort of just like, they kind of fit anyone, where like the women's one, it's like, oh, this is what a woman is supposed to be shaped like. And if you're not shaped exactly like that, then it's weird in weird places.
Totally.
It's like when I tried on a woman's wetsuit.
That wasn't you.
Yeah, it was.
No, I thought you were making a weird
Flight of the Conchords joke.
Yeah.
No, years ago I went to a local.
Oh, I was with you, wasn't I?
No, I was alone.
Oh, give me a small man's wetsuit, please. Sorry, go ahead.
This is a lady's wetsuit. So
the fact that you were alone, I'm not believing this story. But please continue, because I do believe that it happened.
I do stuff all the time alone.
I know.
I have a life outside of hanging out with you, believe it or not.
I know. I just think it's funny to say that you're claiming the song is you.
No, I'm not claiming the song. I'm not claiming that song as my life.
I know. I know you actually went and did this. I believe you. Please continue.
I think in the song, they're like, oh, you fit into a lady's wetsuit. Here you go.
Yeah. He was trying to buy a quote unquote men's wetsuit, and they were like, these don't fit you right. You need a quote unquote women's ladies.
Which is only sort of what happened to me.
Okay, so you were trying to find one.
I went to buy a wetsuit, and they didn't have one that would fit me.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe because of my height.
Okay.
Anyway, they either had ones that were way too big or way too small. And the only one they had that would fit me lengthwise was a women's wetsuit. And it didn't necessarily bother me that it had like lines of purple and pink on it.
Yeah.
But it was built for what I would assume the designer thought this is what a tall adult woman who has bared children would wear, because the hips were pretty wide. Obviously, that's not just an indicator of
having kids,
having children. Yeah, but like my understanding, the limited understanding of the human body that I have attained through public school sex ed and public school physical education is that when the body starts to like to menstruate, that it also like the hips spread.
Your hips widen, and then you find yourself like bumping into things you used to be able to walk by no problem.
Oh my gosh,
it's so obnoxious.
So this wetsuit was definitely built for a human being whose hips had expanded or spread or widened in what I would assume is preparation for childbirth. So it was basically like Oompa Loompa pants on me, in that there were like these flaps essentially, which like pretty sure the point of a wetsuit is that it's pretty tight to your body. Not that it has these big old flaps in it that can like hold. I mean, and they were big, right? Like the volume of water these hip
hip pouches
could have held was significant.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then, well, sorry, just one more thing. I think the part that was comical about it was that the salespeople were trying to talk me into buying it. Like
They're like, it fits you.
Right, like I'm standing there wearing this thing with these flappy flaps, and they're like, yeah, no, but it does fit you. Like, you could buy it and wear it. And I'm like, no. I'm not going to pay whatever this price is to have something that does not fit properly. That's just bananas.
I agree. It's
so
BANANAS. Yeah.
So that is the story of how I tried on a large women's wetsuit.
And you said, give me a small man's wetsuit,
no,
please.
No. See, I think the joke from the song is that they gave him a women's because he's so small.
It is. Yeah, it totally is.
As where my issue was not my smallness as much as I think it was my tall and skinniness.
Yeah, for him it was his petiteness. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, that'll basically be you and your crew neck, I think.
No, the crew neck's unisex. It'd be me if it wasn't unisex.
I just meant that it would be too big.
Oh, yeah, it will be too big. But
tiny little
it'll
body.
be cozy. I mean, I wear oversized stuff a lot.
That's true. Yeah, I
like it. It's comfy.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought too. And I think Christy sort of wears oversized things as well. So I think she'll be cozy in it.
I think, to be honest, when you're a smaller person, you're just used to it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things too that are fitted, they just fit strange. Like they're fitted in different places and your body's small. Yeah,
I think I experienced that in a similar way with just being tall. Is that like shirts and sweaters and basically anything, any top tends to be, if it fits well, like around, then it's usually too short because they're like, oh, well, if you're that small around, then you must not be very tall.
That makes sense.
It's gotten better in later years, but and then good. Once I gained a bit of weight, then it got even more weird because I'm like, before I could wear stuff like years and years and years ago, I used to wear like H&M's button-up shirts.
Yeah.
And then I gained a little bit of weight, and then they didn't fit well. Or like same with Express. When I used to wear their button-up shirts.
Yeah, then you became like in between sizes.
Yeah, exactly. I gained just enough weight to be too big for the size I used to wear, but too small for the next size up to look right.
Yeah, that's always annoying.
Bodies are weird.
Bodies are weird.
Bodies are weird. Bodies are weird.
Yep. So you started your sourdough starter.
No, I didn't. Don't try to spread that kind of anti-Justin propaganda on my show.
Your show?
Yeah, my show. You didn't show up this morning. It's now my show. You gave up your right to the
if
show.
it's not a sourdough starter,
Welcome
what's
back
in that
to
jar?
Coffee with Justin.
Coffee with Justin. If you didn't do a sourdough starter, what's in that jar? It's flour.
It's a science project. It's a secret you wouldn't understand.
It's a secret, or I wouldn't understand.
It's a secret, Tashina. You wouldn't understand.
For real, though. It's a sourdough starter, right?
Yes, I started my sourdough a starter.
Again. Yeah, because you had one when we first moved out here. Right? Didn't we move with one?
No. Oh, yeah.
We did move with one.
We moved with one, and then I didn't pay attention to it, and it died. And then I started another one, but I started it like mid-summer.
Yeah,
and it was so a hot summer, and it was just going so fast. It was like I couldn't keep up with it.
So he would feed it at night, and it like expands, right? And so we'd come out in the morning, and there'd be sourdough starter. It would have overflowed out of the jar, and it'd be on the counter.
Yeah.
It was a little much.
I mean, I probably should have been just using a larger vessel, but now we have this larger vessel.
Yeah.
Although I will say I didn't use the right flour, so I'm not entirely sure that this is going to work.
Okay, so we'll see.
It's unbleached, but it's like it's not like nice unbleached flour. It's just like your run-of-the-mill all-purpose unbleached with a bunch of added stupid stuff to it.
Yeah, when we got flour at the store a couple weeks ago, all they had was like the store brand. They had 4 bags, so slim pickings.
Slim pickings.
Well, that's exciting. So how long does it take until you can make bread?
It should be about 10 days.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
And you'll be making bread in the meantime? Other non-sourdough bread?
Well, it just depends on whether you want me to have enough flour to make bread later. Because bread takes a lot of flour.
Oh.
So you can either have bread now, or you can wait. But honestly, like, I think we have like a bag and a half of flour. That's not going to make very much bread.
Oh, man. All right. It'll make a lot of biscuits. I'll keep making biscuits.
Okay, yeah, just keep using the flour up. That's great. Good idea.
I like bread.
I like bread.
So yesterday you also made tamales.
I sure did.
Would you like to share with the class?
Yeah. Well, I thought that we had some Daya mozzarella cheese.
I used it all.
Tashina used all of it, and so we didn't have it. What we did have, though, was a leftover, I don't even know how old it is or when I made it or why I made it, but it was a mix of black beans and corn and brown rice, and I think that was it.
It was from like not even a week ago when you made tacos.
Oh, tacos. That's what it was from.
Yeah.
Really? Tacos?
Something.
Huh.
Something like that.
So I had cooked that stuff previously in just like some seasonings, like some chili powder and probably some cumin. And I think I'd put a couple drops of, what's that called? Liquid smoke. We have 2 different liquid smokes that we keep on hand here. One's hickory and one is, what's the other one? Hickory.
I have no idea.
Yeah. But they do smell different and they taste different.
They taste different.
Anyway, I think I put both of them in. And so I put that in the tamales, and then I realized we had some pasillas and some jalapenos and I don't remember what the third chili was.
Anaheim?
I think there was, I think we had like one. I think we had 3/4 of an Anaheim.
Yeah.
So I roasted those up, threw some of those inside the tamales with the beans and the rice and the stuff. And then when I was making the masa for the tamales, I mixed in some of the green salsa that I had made, which was like super spicy, like crazy hot. So I put in quite a bit, and I thought, oh, this is going to really add to the flavor and make these tamales a little bit spicy. I didn't notice any spiciness, but I do think it added a little bit of flavor to the masa.
Yeah, it definitely did.
I used your homemade vegetable broth.
From veggie scraps.
Made from veggie scraps. So yeah, I'd say it was a pretty from scratch and pretty random
Yeah.
A random recipe.
You get those mushrooms that you found in the freezer.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So we have, whenever we go to our local grocery store, they discount produce as it
we
starts.
haven't been going to because we're going as little as humanly possible.
Yes, but previously when we would go,
Previously on
they
Coffee and Tea with
discount
Justin and Tashina.
things as, it gets, like if you go like towards the end of the day, usually there's a bunch of produce that's discounted. So anything that could keep frozen, we had been buying and then chopping up and freezing. So he found like some mushrooms back in the freezer.
Yeah, it was like a whole, it's a pretty huge, I had like put it in a Ziploc bag and then rolled it up. So it's like a log of chopped mushrooms.
Yeah.
Or sliced rather. So yeah, put some mushrooms in there. Pretty good. We had them today for lunch.
Yeah, they were good.
I think for being completely like random ingredients and not planned out, it's pretty tasty.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Good, I'm glad.
Me too.
So yesterday was a pretty productive day.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, we did the podcast and then, which was live. Mm-hmm. This is our first live episode. And then,
which I'm still surprised people joined for.
Me too. There was one person, Amy, who I thought for sure was going to be on and wasn't. And I was really surprised by that. And then today they commented and said they had set their alarm for the wrong time. So I guess they set it for 10 p.m. instead of 10 a.m. And so they totally missed it.
Because they're in the UK, so it's easy to do.
Yeah, true. And what else did we do? I feel like I have this feeling like we did a bunch of stuff that I was like, oh, I can't wait there's so much to talk about because we did so much.
Well, we did the merch stuff and then we did sponsored content. We shot some stuff for that.
That's true. We had some stuff. Shot some photographs in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Photographs of Tashina applying some stuff.
Yeah, I have a few on Instagram, the blog, and YouTube. We have a few sponsored things coming up over the next month or so for different skincare companies. So I'm excited.
Yep.
I'm excited about that. I love skincare. I'm excited to share it.
I want to do the 7 days of skincare thing.
Okay.
I guess we can't start tonight because you're doing an Instagram live for the patrons. Yeah. Or a YouTube live for the patrons.
Yeah.
So by the time you're seeing this, you will have already missed it. But tonight, Tashina's doing a patron-only live stream, which we're going to be doing more of, right?
Yeah.
I just want to be doing more live stuff in general. Mm-hmm. I think the struggle I have with live stuff is that I want to do it live, but without having to interact with people. Because when I interact, I get distracted, and it's hard for me to stay in the present moment and create something while also interacting with people, unless the thing we are creating is the interaction. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if we did a Q&A, for example, obviously that would be easy for me to interact with people because it'd be the basic premise while still creating the content. Anyway, so that's what we're doing tonight.
Yep.
And are you excited? Are you thrilled?
I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. I'm curious if anyone will actually join.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like a skincare one, like a evening skincare. So pretty simple, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yep. We sure will.
Yep.
We sure will. So, I was thinking it would be funny. I was going to do this morning, but then, you just didn't get out of bed. Which is call my mom and just randomly have her on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, should we do that right now? Would that be funny?
And that's so early for your mom.
Yeah, especially because she's been going to bed so late.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I got to find my headphones.
Oh, no.
I think it's going to be fun.
Your poor mom. I think she'll be sad.
I don't think so.
Really?
No.
I think she'll be caught off guard, though.
Yeah, that's why that's part of why it's funny, right? Is to catch her off guard. Isn't that part of the fun?
I suppose.
I was thinking if it works out well, we can do it to your mom, too.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, I'd call your mom. Because I could also see your mom being like, oh, Justin's calling me. at 5 a.m.,
she would think something's
must be wrong. I better answer the phone.
She would be so worried, like immediately worked up.
But don't you think that she would also immediately be relieved?
Yeah, but I think it would also just be like her kind of having been so worried for the second that I think it could easily just be like her really not feeling good about it. And being like, oh my God. You know what I mean?
Why'd you do this to me?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Tashina's here too.
Hi.
Hi, Tashina.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
That's good.
What are you doing?
Sitting here talking to your dad.
Oh, cool. What are you talking about?
Taking some toilet paper over to Paula. I guess there's none in her store, and
Dang.
they're like running out, I guess.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's nice of you guys to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how we're going to get it to her. Maybe just leave it on her porch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
Do you want...
Oh, go ahead.
Do you want to be on speakerphone with your dad?
Well, it depends. Do you want to be on the podcast?
What podcast?
Tashina and I do this podcast every morning.
I know what you're talking about. Sorry.
I know you're a huge fan, obviously.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Oh, because we're recording one right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be on the podcast.
Are you sure?
How about your dad? Do you want to be on the
Oh, sure, yeah.
He said no. He said no.
He doesn't want to be on it either?
Like, I don't have anything to talk about. I don't know what I would even...
Just talk about how great I was as, like, a baby, for example.
As a baby?
Like, was I the best baby? Like, out of the babies.
Yeah. You're a cutie. You're a sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
You used to always try to help even when you were really little.
That's surprising. I grew out of that phase pretty quick.
That's surprising. You're helpful. You're always helpful.
What kind of stuff did I try to help with?
I just remember one time I was bringing groceries in from a car, and I had bags on the sidewalk, and you were like trying to pick them up and carry them, but you were too little. You're like dragging it along.
That's pretty cute.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. I could tell the story about when you made Junior pee his pants.
What? I actually almost just spit out my tea. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't?
No.
I told you when you guys were at Fuller Park and there used to be sand.
Wait, what? Okay, so we're at the park. Who else is at the park?
Fuller Park.
Uh-huh.
Just me and you and Michael and Junior.
Okay.
But you were really little.
Uh-huh.
You were probably like a couple years old, but you went down the slide face first.
Okay.
And you landed in the sand, and then you came up and got all the sand in your mouth. And Junior was laughing so hard that he peed his pants.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty funny. I don't remember. I mean, I guess I was a few years
were
old,
really
but
little.
I don't remember ever hearing that story either, though.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Have you heard that story, Tashina?
I don't think so.
Huh.
Maybe I only told Junior because I didn't want to embarrass him.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, he must have. So he was like 8?
Yeah, he's 5 years older than you.
Mm-hmm.
5.5 years older than you. So,
Too old to be peeing your pants at a park. Sounds like. That's pretty funny.
You never wanted to wear shoes.
Yeah. Or
When
underwear.
you go to the park. Oh, yeah. Underwear. I'd give them to you and you'd throw them behind the dresser.
Fooled you. That's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even at Auntie Marcy's wedding, you were the best man. I mean, not the best man. The ring bearer. The ring bearer. And as soon as the ceremony was over, you took your shoes off. And you have to stand in line and shake hands with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You were standing in line. Everybody was coming along to say hi to you, and you were there with your bare feet and your little tuxedo.
That's cute.
I remember she gave me, or they both gave me, like a squirt gun, and it was like one where you have the backpack. It's like a backpack that you fill up with a whole bunch of water, and then it's like attached to a hose. Very similar to like a Ghostbusters backpack. Mm-hmm. It was pretty sweet.
And you saved us.
Oh, yeah.
You saved our lives in the desert.
That's true. I did. I think we should leave the story just at that. That I saved the whole family in the middle of the desert when the car broke down.
With your squirt gun
That's
backpack.
True. I mean, yes, all of those are facts. That's technically a true story. It's weird that I never wanted to wear shoes because, like, my feet, like, I pretty much don't sweat anywhere on my body, but my feet get so hot. Like, I always sleep without my feet covered, and, like, I mean, I don't notice it, like, if I'm just hanging out in my daily life, but, like, right now I can just feel that my feet are, like, sweaty and gross, and I'm not even wearing shoes. It's very weird.
Huh.
So.
Yeah, I'm like that a lot, too. I hardly ever wear shoes. I wear sandals all the time. Flip-flops.
Maybe we got
my feet get sweaty.
Genetically hot feet.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, thanks for being on the show.
So it is actually going to be on your podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I told him we would have that response.
She knows. He knows too.
Yeah, that's why I didn't ask you ahead of time.
Yeah.
I knew you would just say no, so I had to ambush you.
Yeah.
Thanks for always supporting what Tashina and I are doing.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's really awesome that you guys are putting out that content. That helps. I think it's helping a lot of people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
You're
we
welcome.
couldn't do it without you.
All right.
Okay.
I will talk to you guys later. Love you guys.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, well, that was my mom.
Yep. That was your mom.
I mean, that is my mom. She's still my mom. She was my mom. She is my mom. My mom. My mommy.
Yep.
My parents had me pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
All of us pretty young. I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't that ever blow your mind to think about, like, at the ages that we are now, where our parents were in just not even just in their lives, but just in relation to the age of their children? And I'm like, oh man, these cats are a lot. I don't know if I could do a child, much less 3 children like me and my brothers. Lordy Lord.
Yeah. See, my brother and I were
you.
pretty easy kids.
Well, I would be inclined to believe you, but I think in order for me to believe that, we'd have to get your mom on the line and find out.
I don't want to call her. She'll genuinely be so worried that I think she'll get upset. But
If you call her at 5 a.m.?
Yeah, if I were to...
What if we call her right now? You think she'll be upset? I mean, because I wasn't planning on calling her right now.
Let's wait and let's schedule it with her.
Oh, okay.
Because of the family stuff. And
That's
because
true.
Yeah.
I could see your mom being willing to be on, too.
Yeah, I think she would.
My mom, we had to trick it,
Yeah, let's schedule it with my mom.
Okay.
I'll coordinate that.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'll coordinate it?
No, I'll coordinate it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sure.
So, what else do you have going on today? What do you have planned for the week?
For the week.
Mm-hmm.
Creating content, obviously. Continuing to clean. I feel like I made good cleaning progress today.
Yeah, I think you did too.
I want to keep doing that. Yeah, you're welcome. Repotting more plants. I potted 1 today. I watered a bunch in the shower, but I need to actually pot some.
It appears as though that nursery not far from here is still open.
Oh, I'm surprised.
When I went on my bike ride the other day, I passed it and it was definitely open. There were people there shopping.
Weird. Okay. I mean, actually, that kind of makes sense given that it's spring. And like, I don't know. I feel like if we had a house, if we had a yard, I would definitely be starting like a vegetable garden right now.
Yeah. And I could see too that I think their whole setup is pretty open air.
Yeah.
And maybe I would at least hope that they've done something to protect their employees and the public as far as some sort of setup that would keep people at a greater distance from one another. And
Maybe I'll see if there's a way to order online and do like a pickup thing or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe by phone even.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they would be willing to like set a bag of soil aside and I could just go pick it up, maybe give me your credit card over the phone or something.
Yeah. I'll have to look into that because that's the thing is I have plants that need repotting. I have plants that need to be potted, but I don't have enough pots or enough soil. So I'm having to like prioritize and shuffle.
Yeah.
And then I have that stupid cactus that it's too tall. It's in this tiny little pot.
Too tall. Yeah.
So it needs a bigger pot for sure.
Okay.
But it's really tall and narrow, so now it's just fallen over.
Oh,
so
flat, flappy one.
Yeah, so I need to stake it up.
How does that happen? Like, how does the thing exist in the wild?
I mean, in the wild, it would be in a bigger growing space.
So it would have such a big root base that it would be more structurally sound.
Yeah. So I need to put that in a bigger pot, and then I need to get like a stick and some string and stake it up until it's more comfortable. I cut off a couple of its little arms, seeing if they would root.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to get them to. Because I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'll just cut off this dangly part, because it's like literally like a foot.
Right.
I was like, maybe I'll just try and root that on its own. But since the other little arms haven't rooted, I don't think that one would. So yeah, I need to do some plant work for sure this week. I feel like it's supposed to rain tomorrow and Tuesday and then be sunny after that. So I feel like it's a good week for it. I just really wish that I wish we had a porch or something here. Like it'd be really nice to have an outdoor space. There's like the shared outdoor spaces, but they're gross and they're not shared. They're dog poop spaces basically.
Yeah, totally.
And smoking spaces. So
yeah. Super gross.
Yeah. So I'm also trying to figure out how to do it and let stuff be in the windowsill getting sun. And yeah.
Maybe it would be a good idea for us to get a tarp that you could like lay down like in here on the floor and then you could do all your stuff. And then just like, you know, if there's little bits of pieces of soil left over, you could just shake it out outside.
Yeah. Because I've been doing it in plastic bags.
What do you mean?
Like I have like a couple like Target bags.
Oh.
And then I'll put the pot in the bag and fill it with soil to do everything in the bag. And it's annoying. It works. It keeps the mess minimal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be nice to be able to like space things out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I have succulents that need to go into bigger lush pots. Like I just have so many planting things I need to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of my
excited.
big things I want to do this week. Yeah, me too. And that snake plant cutting that hadn't been rooting is finally starting to root. I moved it to a different position, like a different area on the bookshelf, and it started rooting. So now all of them have rooted. So from paying $4 for 4 snake plant like stems at Trader Joe's, I now have 5 little rooted snake plants because I cut 2 of them in half.
It's exciting.
I guess there were only 3 then. To begin with, there were only 3, not 4. Yeah, it's super exciting. And one's growing a little baby.
Little baby snake plant.
Yeah, so I need
snake
to get
plant
it.
and a child.
Yep, I'm going to put them all in the same pot. I think that's what I got that. Oh, I got that big green one actually for the fiddly fig. But I'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, keep us updated.
Yeah, because the fiddly fig is doing really well. It's healthy.
Yeah.
And it keeps sprouting new leaves, but it's not getting taller because its pot's too small.
Dang it.
Everything needs a new home all at the same time.
It's what happens. I don't know what to say about that. So today I talked to David. David is my friend from Russia, who we met when he was living in the Bay Area. And then he moved to Oregon, very near to where Tashina grew up. And now he lives in Switzerland.
Yeah.
He's a geologist.
It's pretty cool.
He is a PhD. He's a doctor. He's a doctor of geology.
I like that.
That's pretty crazy.
It is. It's rad.
It's weird because when I talk to him, he's so smart. And like you can just, I don't know, he has a way of thinking, I think just because he's so smart and because so much of what he does is like research and like he's just constantly learning. Like obviously he speaks Russian, he speaks English, and now he's taking lessons to learn French so that he can talk to people in Switzerland, which is just like, that in and of itself is fascinating. But I don't know, there's something about him. He's so smart. It's been really cool to see how much his confidence has grown too, because when I first met him, so his dad lives in the Bay Area, or lived. I don't know if he still does. But when I first met him, he was just coming out here to visit and hang out. And so I think he wasn't super, I mean, his English was like conversational for sure.
Yeah.
But I think maybe he wasn't super confident in it.
Yeah, I could see that.
But he was, a nice dude, so we became friends. And it's been amazing to see over the last,
Longer.
No. Yeah, close to, 10 years he and I have been friends.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I remember
That's
when
crazy.
One of his visits came over to our house and you made him his first ever root beer float.
Yeah.
He was so excited.
He had never had a root beer float in his life before.
Yeah.
And so, so he was over and he was hanging out and I found that out. And so we went to the store and we bought everything and had root beer floats.
Yeah.
Vegan root beer floats.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah. So anyway, it was great catching up with him, talking to him about what he's up to, seeing his new apartment. And then I showed him our apartment. And that was kind of funny because we've been, recording these podcasts every day.
Yeah.
So, we don't break this stuff down.
No.
Right? At first I was like, yeah, I'm going to put everything away every day. I'm like, what? This is so dumb. Why would I do this? So how this is set up right now, we just leave it set up like this. We leave the light there. We leave the camera there, which is, by the way, right in front of the door. But
we're not leaving right now. So.
Right, exactly. We're not really going in and out a great deal, so it's not an issue. Anyway, as I was showing him the tour, it's we have this camera set up here with this light and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And then, the living room is obviously normal. The kitchen is normal. The bedroom is normal, except that my desk is in there. So
and all the cat stuff.
Yeah. And then you go into the bathroom, though, and that's, got another different light set up and stuff suction cup to the mirror so that we can film in there. And then you walk into the other bedroom, which is obviously Tashina's office. And that's where we have that's where the magic really happens. But I just thought it was funny that of the space, one of the bedrooms, and then I'd argue half of the other bedroom.
Yeah.
The bathroom, or the living room.
Yeah.
It's just funny that we have all these different filming areas set up. It's it really is kind of like we just live in a studio, basically.
It totally is. That's why I really want to eventually be in a house.
Yeah.
Or something where we have a separate floor. Here in Utah, there's so many I've seen that have even kitchens downstairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, it'd be so amazing to have a fully separate area.
Yeah, something like that, or even just a loft where the downstairs could be, a kitchen, bathroom, whatever. But the upstairs being a totally separate sleeping area, I think would be fantastic.
Yeah, I think so too. We had looked at those apartments online that were like that. And now I'm seriously should we look at those again?
Why didn't we want to move there? There was a reason. Was it because
it's north of
where it was?
Yeah, it's not as far north as Ogden, but it's in between. So at the time, moving out here, we were like, yeah, that's a little far away without a car.
Right. Which it still is, but we've realized that, well, first of all, if we were paying less rent, we could probably afford a car.
Yeah. And I think that apartment in specific is like 300 or 400 less than this one.
Let's go today.
I don't know the square footage, but I think it was only a 1 bedroom, but then it has the loft.
I think it was,
Or was it 2 bedroom? I think it was a 2 bedroom with a loft.
I don't know.
But I think, that's what it was too. It has a spiral staircase from the loft to the main floor. We weren't sure if that would be safe for the cats.
Huh.
But we could do little guards on the rails. And then maybe put something on the stairs so they don't slip. Because that'd be tough for Bagheera.
Maybe we should just build them a little elevator. And then it's...
Or little ramp with little notches.
No, elevator.
Okay.
It's an elevator that's triggered by scanning their...
Retina?
Sure. I was going to say their chips, but yeah. They stare into a little thing and it goes... and scans their face. And then they walk into a little thing and it raises them up and then they can hop out.
Perfect. But yeah, I would be nervous.
I bet we could train a cat to use an elevator. If that's how it worked, like if it actually did scan them and then they get in it and then it brings them up, I'm fairly certain I could have trained Penny to do that in like 2 days.
Oh yeah. She was very easy to train.
Yeah.
She was smart.
I feel like I could get Bagheera to do it, and then I think it would get progressively harder with Juniper and then Applesauce, because Applesauce is just like... She doesn't seem to have much patience. Junie, no. I was just talking about you. Come here. Oh, she's not here for us. She's here for food.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Big stretch.
Maybe.
Big stretch.
Baby. Come here. Come here. No, don't try to get her.
I'm not. Junie.
Come here.
Cracks.
Oh. She did the thing where she smells your hand and then jerks away.
She's like, don't you dare pick me up.
What? I was not expecting you to smell that way. Really?
My favorite thing about Junie is when is she going to do it now? No. When the cats are messy when they eat and they get food on the floor, and then Juniper comes in, she'll eat only the food on the floor. She cleans up.
Juniper. So, anyway, yeah, a loft would be awesome.
Yeah, a loft would be.
You know what I realized is a huge missed opportunity?
What?
We totally could have done an episode sitting over there today instead of sitting over here.
You're right.
Except I think the thing we figured out, so we did some tests with these microphones, and one of the issues is that when you touch the microphone, so you can hear that.
Yeah.
That's not good, which means you can't really hold the mic, because then any time you shift your hand, it's audible. So, I mean, I guess that's what you get for a $50 microphone. I'm not too upset about it, but we would need to get something. And then my point is, I wish we could just hold the mics and that wouldn't be an issue. Because like even this, all I'm doing there is rubbing the mic stand.
Yeah.
But it would be great to just be able to sit and hold the mic in our hands.
Yeah.
Which makes me now question if I do want to upgrade to the mics that I had previously wanted to, because the mics that I previously wanted to are only $100, which is double the price of these, but I think it's more than double the quality. But they are like, I don't know, there's a word I think for the shape, but basically they're not like this, but they don't have something you can just hold on to. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do a little test. I'm just going to hold this and we'll see what.
I don't like... Okay, this is weird, but whenever there are little small noises or like ASMR videos, it like physically makes me sick to my stomach.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you feel sick to your stomach?
Yeah,
right
I
now?
do.
Really?
Yeah, it makes me really uncomfortable to the point where I feel like nauseated.
Oh, no. Do you feel nauseated?
Yes.
No.
I like genuinely do.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it creeps me out so much. It makes me so uncomfortable that I have a physical response. And some people are like, it's so soothing. I'm like, it's gross and terrible.
And you're saying that right now me holding this is making tiny little noises that are making you sick?
Yeah.
But I'm not even moving my hand though. If I just keep my hand in the right position.
Yeah, if you don't move your hand at all.
which is getting tiring.
Yeah.
Like it's not as easy as you would think it is to not adjust your hand or your
No.
fingers in any way at all.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Anyway.
I guess my point is just that I think that the mics that I had wanted would be great for in a scenario where they're on a mic stand or something. But what I would also like would be to have a mic like this where you can hold it in your hand and just sit casually and have a chat.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah. Eventually we'll get there.
Eventually we're going to own both of those kinds of mics.
Maybe. Why not?
Were you staring at Junie instead of paying attention to what I was saying, and then that's why your response?
No, I was hearing what you were saying.
Definitely didn't seem like you had
No, I
any
was
idea
hearing what you were saying.
Oh,
You're
really?
talking about the mics that you want, and so I was saying eventually we could have those.
Well, no, what I was saying was I'm not sure which ones I want because
did I miss it? Then I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
because they're two different ones, two different styles that I think would work well.
Okay, I apologize.
I forgive
was
you.
not listening.
It's fine.
I was looking at Junie
I
being
know.
a little weird cutie.
Yeah, I know.
I rearranged the cat bed that's in there, and they're all very suspect of it now.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Anyway,
so what are your plans for this evening?
that live stream.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, gotta do that.
yeah.
What time are you doing that at?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We should figure that out. But I thought first we would see how, we would just get it set up
Yeah.
and see how long that takes, and then see what kind of time frame we're working with from there.
Yeah.
So kind of work, not backwards, but
It's 3:00 right now. And I don't think it's going to take me too long to get it set up. I'm going to assume 30 minutes-ish.
okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe at 7, 6:30, 7.
yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I don't know. I feel like I need to just take the evening off.
Okay.
I definitely need to exercise for a week. I've been thinking wow, I can tell my mental and emotional health are suffering because I'm not getting enough exercise,
Yeah.
combined with obviously everything else that's going on. So that's definitely a big thing. I think probably what I'll do is get your live stream set up and then exercise.
What are you going to do for exercise?
I'll probably just watch a Tone It Up video on YouTube. I was watching some of their older ones and enjoying them.
Yeah, they have some really solid ones.
Yeah. And then after that, I think I'm going to fly in the simulator because
Nice.
I think I've flown one time or maybe twice in the simulator in a month.
Yeah.
Which means obviously that I'm not getting nearly the practice that I need, especially since tomorrow my package is supposed to show up, which will have the stuff I need to get my drone flying again.
That's exciting.
Assuming that my batteries aren't all ruined, which I kind of think they are from just sitting around. Drone
No.
batteries are finicky like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't put them into the proper storage voltage because I just forgot. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yep. Hopefully my drone doesn't explode in the air. Hopefully my drone doesn't explode anywhere that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be an explosion so much as a stream of fire shooting out of the battery pack.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I've never experienced it
Have you
personally.
seen
but
it?
Yeah, I've seen videos and stuff.
That's crazy.
I've seen videos. I've seen more of the aftermath of what has happened, people with, who were charging their battery packs on a table and they weren't paying attention or they were in the other room and then there's a hole in the table that it burned through or
That's so crazy.
yeah, or people will show they have battery safe bags that you store your, or mine is in a fireproof box. Mm-hmm. And so people will show good thing I had it in this bag and it's the bag is totally just destroyed.
That's so crazy.
Yep.
Well, hopefully that does not happen.
Yeah, hopefully it does not happen. So anyway, probably going to fly in the simulator a little bit.
Fun.
I think it should
That'll be good.
Yeah, I think so. You can keep talking. please.
Okay. I'm glad you're putting that back on there because there was a lot of small, subtle noise that I don't know if people watching will even be able to hear.
Tell us in the comments below.
Yeah, but it was like constant fuzzy
Oh, no.
noises.
If you've listened this far, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. It means so much to us. I don't even know what to say. It's become such a meaningful part of my day.
Mine too.
And I think we're just both really grateful to be here with each other and to share this time with you, dear listeners and viewers. So, this is Justin and Tashina, and we'll see you soon.